Well, good afternoon, and my name is Reverend Dragon Bear, and today I've decided to do my first sermon, as I promised you all I would be doing one. And the first one is going to be on self-awareness. First, let me give you the Rand McNally's version of it. Rand McNally says that self-awareness is an awareness of one's own personality or individuality, basically saying that it is a perception of knowing who you are, and what you stand for. Now, self-awareness, a lot of people believe that they have, and a lot of people do know, and then there's people who are just lost. The key to self-awareness is being very, very honest and truthful with yourself and understanding what does motivate you, what does irritate you, and what in your life you do and do not love. Sounds simple, but in actuality it's not. For me, to be honest, self-awareness just came about 2 years ago when I went from being in a middle-class loving family and I made a choice in my life to move somewhere else. And I lost everything in my life. The person I was seeing at the time, my vehicle, my house, well, where I was living at the time, and my belongings. This gave me a strange opportunity to take a look at who I was, what I was, why I was doing what I was doing, and it came to realization that I had purposely been setting myself up for failure in life by making very stupid choices. And this is the key to self-awareness, is being that brutally honest with yourself and realizing why you're doing something. Now, to this day, I can't understand why I made the choice that I didn't succeed. I'm still trying to figure that out. That is also part of, is trying to figure out why. Why did you feel that this had happened in your life? Why have you been doing things in your life? Now, of course, those people who seem successful on the outside, like have a great career, have a great relationship, sometimes you'll find out that those people are very, very insecure with who they are. And sometimes they're living what we call a masked life, where they're going through their life and acting as if everything's okay, but inside, they're not exactly sure if it's okay. Are they happy with what their life is? Are they doing the right things at this time? And it can be very, very difficult for these people, especially when they realize that, whoa, wait a sec, am I just living a lie? Am I being true to myself? I have several friends like that currently in my life who are taking a look and going, am I where I want to be? And they're starting to question these things. And I tell them, take time, look at yourself, get to know yourself. And that is part of this whole self-awareness. So as part of the exercises, since this is a sermon, I do give exercises to everybody who's watching this. The first thing you want you to do is make a list. It's called a pro and con list. And what I want you to do is just take the pros that you think are in your life, and then I want you to take cons that you think are in your life. Once you have this list written down, and be very bluntly honest with this list, don't tell lies, be honest. Okay, we all have bad and we all have good traits. You're going to take this list and you're going to put it away. And then in about 3 months' time, you're going to pull this list back out and you're going to take a look at this list and see, are these truly pros and cons? And you're going to scratch off those things that really aren't and give yourself a time to look at it. Like before I used to think that, oh, I'm a very nice guy was one of my pros. And then one of my cons was that I'm heavy. Or actually I should say, yeah, my con was that I'm heavy. Well, in actuality, I've come out to realize that, yes, I am a nice guy under certain circumstances. Rather than that, I can be an awfully, how do you want to say, blunt and cruel guy at times, if necessary. Now, I am blunt to a fault, and I have accidentally hurt people that way. That is one of my pros and my cons, because now it falls under both sections. Yes, I'm nice, but I'm too blunt, and it can hurt people. And then one of my cons was, like I said, that I'm heavy. Well, I came to realize being heavy, besides the physical effects on my health, is not a bad thing. My self-esteem shouldn't have to deal around with the fact whether I have a six-pack and some muscles. It should have to deal with the fact, am I happy with myself? And I came to realize I must be happy with myself because I haven't done anything to lose that weight. I mean, it's very easy for me to lose weight, I know, because I've been down to like 185 pounds, 150 pounds, and all it took was some exercise and correct eating. So I know I can lose that weight. So Excuse me. I know you don't have a medical condition, which sometimes, unfortunately, some people have that allows them not to lose weight. But be honest with yourself, like I was. You know, it's not a con. It was neither a pro. It just was. It was learning to accept that. And also be honest with yourself. If you have a medical condition and you can't either gain weight or lose weight, stop being rough on yourself, okay? It's not going to change no matter how much you hate yourself and no matter how much you keep trying. Like, let's say, if you can't gain any weight, no matter how many freaking whole pies you eat and don't exercise, you're not going to gain weight. And for those people who just can't lose weight, okay, your metabolism's probably off, or there's a chemical imbalance somewhere in your body. Don't be hard on yourself. Just do what you need to do to stay healthy. If that means that you only eat certain foods because you're trying to watch your sugar, then do that. But be honest with yourself. Don't be cruel, okay? If you can't lose weight, you can't lose weight. If you can't gain weight, you can't gain weight. That's part of the self-awareness, folks. It's understanding what is and is not a pro and con. And yes, this is a very long rant about that, but it's important because we tell ourselves lies every day, trying to convince ourselves that our life is fine and everything's like that, or this is the way life is supposed to be. I'm a drug addict. I'll never be something else but a drug addict. I'm a rich millionaire. I'm not going to be anything else but a rich millionaire. These are all false lies. Anybody can change their life. Anybody can do anything to change their life. It just takes some will, determination, and a awareness of who you are. So I want you to go ahead, take the time, starting today after you see this video, and be honest, make that list, put it away, come back to it in 3 months, and then look at it and start analyzing who you are, what you are, and start growing from that. And the reason for this is that this is step one in what I call spreading peace through self-awareness. Because once you become self-aware, you do become a lot more kind, a lot more caring, because you come to realize that maybe that person that was rude to you has some other issues in their life. And you also come to realize that maybe that drug user or that person who's on the street, they might be there because of themselves, but for very deep-seated needs to hate themselves. That makes you a little more compassionate and a little less like, oh, I can't believe him. Because we set ourselves up for failure and we set ourselves up for success. So take that time, write that list, and be true to yourself. And next sermon, we're going to go ahead and just cover parts of, because you've heard me refer to the fact that we are 3 parts before, and that's our mind, body, and soul. Next time, we're going to go ahead and deal with the mind. How come the mind is so important to being self-aware, what the mind can do for you. And what I'm talking about with mind is actually your conscious mind, the cognitive thing that we do all of our thinking with. This is your mind, not your spirit and anything like that. A lot of people think mind and they think, oh, he's talking about my spirit. No, we have 3 parts. It's the mind, body, and soul. So we're going to talk about the mind, which is the literally mind that sits inside your head, and some of the things that can go wrong with that mind, and some of the things that we need to do to keep that mind sharp. Because anytime any one of these 3 things in our lives is out of balance, everything is out of balance. Even a slight imbalance can just throw off your spirituality, and it can throw off your body. So we will see you next time. Until then, may the divine bless you, keep you safe, and ciao.